Hello Galactic family. Akash Lotus is a being guardian of the numerous guardians of the Akashic records. Originally came from a star system known as the Earth and Bowl. Spent several other star systems, including Sirius, Vega, Andromeda, Pleiades and other systems are not known to Terranians. Usually it has shifted to Althese systems during the physical body home where he currently lives. It is constantly called these places to help beings in their development and to teach them to have mastery over everything they hear and see. Teaching them not to speak what cannot be spoken and speak what needs to be talked about, teaching, so the balance in these matters. Incarnated at the time of Christ in Tehranoplan and was one of its evangelists. It was also next to Moses during the great crossing of the Red Sea. He guided the Hebrew people out of Egypt. Its symbol is the lotus flower which, when connecting, falls into a deep state of meditation and contemplation. It is being called the Pleiades one to go to the lower astral Terran's plans for planting lotus and guide with great love those who are there. When at its most harmonious state, walks and leaves a trail of lotus and its perfume. Has strong connection with Apollonius of Tana, also strong connection with Uzango, being able to connect with him at any time. Due to its unique ethics, is often called to be part of major cuts where there discuss destinations of planets and even entire systems, what should be done, how it should be done and at what time. Ease of display, in meetings, where are the points seen beings and worked accurately. It is very respected by where it goes. Also has a strong connection to be what was known as Paulo de Tarso. Sao Paulo. Akashico equal a beautiful being gentle nature as prana. It has strong connection with Andromeda, Poseidon and Delphinus constellation. During its many lives, he had the opportunity to share its magic and enchantment wherever he went. It has the telepathic ability to cetaceans, as this is also one of its origins. Communicates easily with the princes and mermaids of the great oceans, both Terran and in other worlds of aquatic systems. Intense bond with the whales of the great oceans of the Delphinus system and other aquatic worlds. It has teaching with the younger beings' children and their magic in expressing themselves, charms. It has a special ship with capacity for 3 crew members. One of them is already at his side, the current incarnation. There they have a height of about 1.80 meters to 2.20 meters. It is a mystical being and has the ability to take humanoid form. And when in aquatic worlds, it becomes a beautiful radiant mermaid. It has a soul of its supplements currently living in an aquatic world in Delphinus, currently in the form of dolphin. It is being called the Pleiades one to focus on the great oceans, and telepathy. Call your family oceanic cetaceans and exchange necessary information to help them in the implementation of the crystalline grid on the planet. They, cetaceans, are anchors the crystal and magnetic energy developers. Also it is called and help the large cetaceans to ensure the protection of the great records stored in their fields, and prevent evil forces will take possession of them. Also being called for with its charm and vocal vibration, attract negative entities to be captured and taken to the recovery ships. These entities are hypnotized with its charm and fall into the trap set by the forces of light. That being blessed acts as a bait light. It is also one of the responsible for the goddess of energy anchoring on site planet, where he currently resides. And the goddess is to listen to it on all calls. Akanbiavel. Angelic, Michael Radius and Gabriel Archangel. It is the perfect interaction between the two energies. It is a being mixed with warrior announcer. It has beautiful white wings with heavenly blue tones. Tall, beautiful eyes that look like two galaxies with its trillions of stars. Sometimes, it becomes like a bird hawk. It is a being announcer, belonging to the legion of Michael and Gabriel, and works in two bodies simultaneously. And his galactic eyes, is a member of the Ashtar command staff, also with the function to announce the new guidelines. Receives instructions lovingly and passes. It is a being by nature reliever, and thus when needed acts as a psychologist in the recovery ship's mother, where are those removed from mental disorder negative areas. His loving presence comes. He has his heart like a huge erupting volcano, ejecting flames in blue, white and pink. These flames directed by him reach the other being full, causing them to reflect on the real meaning of life, about the need to keep the faith, love and always be willing to serve with gestures of kindness. It is by nature an energetic conductor, serving as a wire to get Michael Gabriel and energies where it goes. It is also guardian of interdimensional portals, and, with its beautiful wings, close the entries for malicious beings. He, too, by nature, has such a piercing gaze that no negative entity can look him in the eyes, feeling uncomfortable with so much light. On many occasions, negative forces tried to circumvent the security of certain astral regions when Alpheus arrived quickly in this place, and the Brothers of Darkness left in disarray, afraid, alone, his gaze. When he goes on hellish areas, as it descends, with closed eyes and flapping its wings softly, and when it arrives, open them completely and opens the beautiful big eyes, extends his palms, and each of them leaves a distance of light blue and white. When you open your eyes, it's as if a light storm fell there. He always says, "I am Alpheus, an honor who serve," and, immediately, is heard by Michael and Gabriel. Is being called the Pleiades, one to fully anchor your energy on the physical and astral plane Toronto in order to, like a trumpet, announce the time come and say that time is running out for those who still insist on resisting the light. Announces that divine justice does not fail and is on the way. Flaps its wings on fire etheric to make it ignite and reach as many souls as possible, transmuting all the negative forces of all the astral and physical Tyrannus areas. Every time you get to a physical place where there is any negative energy, mentally or verbally say, "I am Alpheus, an honor who serve." Immediately incorporate their highest us allies. Local and / or systemic allies equal local indicates a local group, a specific region. Confidence beings of forces of light, able to receive authorization to enter into high-level meetings, which usually is discuss the situation of the Earth and the galaxy. Extremely ethical beings in facing light, inviolable, determined to serve the light, whatever the cost, incorruptible. Systemic allies would be the same thing, and that these would be inspired by the allies' places. Say the allies' places were the first to receive the projection and credentials to enter into certain spaces of meetings and / or authority before some situations, inspiring systemic, as if they were spreading a virus light to all, as if to receive a divine opportunity to serve the forces of light through incorruptibility. When P1 goes something like attention allies locations, reverberation and systemic allies would be something like attention you who are already accredited, breathe through Christic behavior all around you, so that they too receive their light credentials and can enter certain spaces to also collaborate with the conduct of activities in order to bring the Earth and the whole system to high levels of light. Of course, the allies' sites like systemic allies, to be accredited, will be representatives of the planetary area of the high councils / meetings in the astral planes, and according to the need and time, even on the physical plane. Being a representative of the forces of light on the surface and in the astral is very serious and honorable. Imagine that you, wherever you go, the forces of darkness will respect. It's like if you had a sacred seal about you, subscribed untouchables, and, however they do not like you, cannot touch it. This is also part of agreements made in several of these councils, where some forces of darkness, representatives of the dark forces, part. They can go deeper in the matter of advice, discussions, etc., in articles and videos. Corey Good, see tab Informants in the upper left corner of the blog, where he reports several times the meetings that took part in them, being brothers benevolent and other malevolent planets, which were discussed. A few things. One was on the total release, and the forces of light do not accept in any way the partial disclosure. Tip of the forces of darkness, these claiming that humanity would not be prepared to full disclosure. They are trying to partial disclosure to allow time to escape out of the solar system before humanity terrestrial know everything they did. The forces of light will not allow it in any way. It may seem strange to some people, a civilized meeting, where they are negative aliens present, but there are, and they most of the time, respect the environment is where having the meeting. The forces of light are always in greater number and, unlike what some people might think, not, the forces of light would advance not about them picking them up by the neck and accusing them of crimes. Representatives of the forces of light are polite and peaceful, which does not mean they are dumb and manipulable. Show all the time that darkness have nowhere to run, the cycle is closing and his performance as the system came to an end. Gabriel, I've been a few times in some of these meetings in the astral plane, and I can say that there is much order. Despite some negative things are really scary for Earth reality, they remain politely. There is always, sometimes, some excitement peaks by the darkness, which are always reprimanded by the elders who preside over the meetings. Finally, of course, most of the meetings at which the allies of light are involved only with benevolent beings, to discuss solutions to help the planet and the system. In these, there are several representatives of different races interacting positive and loving peacefully, exchanging ideas and light. Allies X are the planet beings who assist the movement of resistance. These beings are among those who maintain ongoing communication with the Cobra, which is one of the earthly representatives of the resistance, contacted PLEIADIAN, the service of this movement. The planet X is one of the things that are hidden among the large areas of constellations that appear masked in Google sky,